Oh boy. Today we're gonna unbox the brand new One Key Sawzall by Milwaukee. This is gonna be fun. Let's take a look at the box. So this is the brand new M18 fuel Sawzall. It's One Key compatible. This cuts faster than a corded saw. It's up to has up to 2 times longer runtime and up to 5 times longer tool life. This kit includes the saw, 2 batteries, a charger, and the hard case. Some specifications: the stroke length is 1 1/8 inch. The SPM is 0 to 3000. It has an adjustable shoe. It has a hang hook. The length is 17 3/4 and the weight is 8.9 pounds. So the great thing about being One Key enabled, you can create different settings. There are 4 different settings that you can make on the front of the saw. We'll go into that. You can dial in the speed and the power using the app, the Milwaukee app. You can save those settings after you customize it, and then you can actually use those settings to cut through specific materials like steel, copper, wood, you name it. The other great thing about being One Key enabled is you can identify your One Key device up to 100 feet. So that's great. You can view the last known location of your tool, and if it gets lost, you'll get an alert when it's found. Woo, it's another beautiful day in Pittsburgh, but when I was in Milwaukee, they told us a story about a gentleman who had $20,000 worth of tools stolen. Now, here's the deal. Because one of those tools was One Key enabled, they actually were able to recover not only that One Key enabled tool, but all $20,000 worth. That's a great story, and it kind of shows you the power of being able to track your tools with an app. Pretty cool, right? So I always like the graphs that Milwaukee puts on their boxes. For example, this one shows that the Milwaukee cordless saw cuts 40% faster than the Milwaukee corded saw. It has increased productivity, so 48 cuts for the Milwaukee that has an XC 5.0 in it versus 28 cuts, their competitor 2, which has a 5.0 amp hour battery, and versus 18 cuts for the competitor 1, which has a 3.0 amp hour battery. So these were cuts made on 2x12 pine. So Milwaukee has more durability, 5 times longer tool life than competitor 1 and competitor 2. The other nice thing is this is a 5-year warranty for the tool and a 3-year battery warranty. And obviously this has a brushless motor in it. That's the way all of these new power tools are going, brushless motors. All right, let's open this up. Whew. Man. Here's your charger, your battery. So this is the XC 5.0. So you got 2, 1, 2, and then this is your tool. And they give you a blade here. Now don't worry, we've got several extra blades. So here's your red lithium battery. It does come with a power indicator. Unfortunately, this only has 1 red light to it, so I'm gonna have to use my other XC 5.0. So this will work with any M18 enabled tool, which is great. This charger will charge M18 batteries and M12 batteries. That's good if you've got M12s or existing M18s, so really easy to use. Battery simply slides onto the charger like that. To power up, the Sawzall battery slides in, clicks in place. If you want to take the battery out, you just pinch these 2 buttons. So there's one here, one here. You just pinch them together, pull the battery out. So always remove the battery before you change out the blade. I don't know about you, but I want to keep my fingers. Milwaukee calls this the quick lock blade clamp. So as long as your blade has a 1/2 inch shank to it, you can use that blade with this saw. So you just pull up on this lever right here. So just pull up on it, slide the blade in place and let go, and it's as easy as that. It's pretty simple, standard setup here. Now here's a side note: do not use blades that are less than 3.5 inches long, because they will not extend beyond the shoe throughout the stroke, and that's not a good thing. So if you want to remove the blade, you just slide the release lever up, pull the blade out. So one thing to know is that you can have your blade facing downward like this, so the teeth facing downward, or you can have the teeth facing upward, depending on how you need the blade set up for your project. The shoe release lever is right here. So you just release that and you can pull the shoe out and push it in. And you can adjust it by just pushing this back and locking it in place. On the right hand side of the saw there's a rafter hook, and you can adjust this any way that you want it. So just wanted to share that with you. The Sawzalls are awesome for demoing anything, whether it's wood, metal, plastic, you name it, it'll cut through it. The One Key enabled Sawzall by Milwaukee is a bit different though. I'm going to show you why. You can download the Milwaukee app to your smartphone. Tap on it, get inside, press on the plus sign, then you can tap on nearby tools. It'll find the nearby tool that you just purchased and you tap on it. So for example, this is the Sawzall. You can then press save, and if you press right here on nearby devices, you can then tap on your device and you can edit the tool controls, manage the profiles, and so much more. But you have to put your tool in discoverable mode. Just press the buttons right here until you get into this Wi-Fi blue button right here. Once you're there, you can tap on tool controls and you can adjust the 4 different modes that are on the tool. For example, mode 1, you can adjust the maximum speed up and down. You can make it soft start or not. We'll do soft start for mode 1. You can adjust the start speed up and down and the start duration as well. You can also have the cut brake be enabled, and there are more options if you tap on that. You can make the trigger ramp up shorter or longer. We'll make it shorter. And the work light, you can adjust it as well. You can save your changes and then you label your mode. And you can do that, like I said, for mode 1, 2, 3, and 4. So mode 4 has a maximum speed of 3,000. So we would use that for a lot of different cutting utilities. Plunge cut, custom cut control, cut optimization, blade configuration. You can actually configure the blade to cut through aluminum and copper. So we'll tap on that, up to 1/4 inch thick. Or you can just have it be copper pipe, up to 1.5 inches. And then it gives you it'll tell you which blade to use, 18 TPI. So if we go back, we'll just hit save changes. So we know that this is copper. We'll just hit save. Alright, so now that we configured the Sawzall using the One Key app, let's go make some cuts. Milwaukee was nice enough to also send me some carbide teeth blades. These are great at cutting a variety of different materials, so we're going to be using one of these today. Actually, we're going to use this one right here. Test number 1, cutting through pressurized lumber. So this is just a 2x6, nothing monstrous, but let's give it a shot. Pretty fast. So before we move on, I actually want to try the 9.0 amp hour high demand battery. Let's see how that does. All right, so this is the 9.0 high demand battery. Definitely faster, that's for sure. All right, we'll switch back out. So this is 1.5 inch copper right here. Let's see how it does. This is the 5.0 amp hour battery. And we're gonna change the setting to number 4. Remember, that's customized for metal, specifically copper. So the copper didn't stand a chance against the One Key enabled Sawzall with the high demand battery in it. The 5.0 was really good as well, but the high demand battery, oh my gosh, you cut through this like it was nothing. So this is galvanized steel pipe. We're gonna be using the XC 5.0 battery first. Let's see how it does. So this is with the 5.0 amp hour battery. Pretty impressive. It's hot. All right, let's switch out. This is with the high demand battery. Let's do it. definitely faster. As you can see, the copper isn't all that thick, but the steel is. So what is the price and what are the pros and cons of this particular Sawzall, this One Key Sawzall by Milwaukee? Well, the price is $449 for the complete kit like I showed you today. It's $250 if you just want the tool. So if you already have the batteries and a charger, you don't necessarily need to get the kit. I will put a link down in the description here so you can check it out for yourself. That's one way for you to support our show. If you want this tool or you're buying some other tool, click on through to Amazon via our affiliate link. It really, really helps us out and keeps the show going over here on YouTube. Now, what are the pros and the cons? Well, I would say this. The pro is if you're going to be cutting through a lot of different materials and you're really geeking out over the techie stuff and tying in your power tool to your smartphone, I would say the One Key Sawzall is the way to go. You know, and especially if you already have the batteries, the M18 batteries, you can use any M18 battery with this. $249, that's pretty reasonable these days for a solid power tool. The con is this: if you don't want the techie stuff and you just want pure power, you can just get the normal Sawzall by Milwaukee, and you can check that out again through our Amazon affiliate link. So you can let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. I really, really, really enjoy reading your comments. You know, last week Lane, Brett, Roger, you know, Frank and Doc, who told me about these great earplugs, left comments. So I really want to thank you if you left a comment, and if you haven't already done so, please leave one today and let me know what you think about the One Key enabled Milwaukee Sawzall. If you haven't subscribed yet and you're new to our channel, you can hit the subscribe button right there, because we do giveaways and I wouldn't want you to miss out on those. And if you missed our video last week, you can watch it right there. And our videos, we really try to, you know, show the tools and then have you comment on them and get a feel for whether or not they can be helpful to you in your projects. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, so there you go. That is Milwaukee. Whoa, almost cut my finger off. Maybe I should take the battery off for these outros. Check it out, there was plenty of corrosion in that copper pipe, and this is usually what my little work area looks like after I do a tool review. It's a mess and I always have to clean it up. I need a helper.